Onions, a simple vegetable that every household uses daily. For many Zimbabwean farmers, onion farming looks like a golden opportunity. The crop has a high demand, grows well in most parts of the country, and promises quick profits. Behind the success stories lies a darker reality, one filled with hidden costs, endless risks, and shattered dreams. In this video, we expose the dark side of onion farming in Zimbabwe. Across Zimbabwe, farmers are lured by the dream of onion farming. Seed companies and fellow farmers often paint it as a money spinner, and it's true, when everything goes right, a hectare of onions can bring thousands of dollars in profit. But the reality, most farmers struggle to break even. Why? Because onion farming has a darker side that very few talk about. To start with, onion farming is very expensive. Hybrid seed alone costs hundreds of US dollars per kg. You need constant irrigation, which means fuel, electricity, or solar pumps. Fertilizers and pesticides are a must, and their prices keep going up. Many small-scale farmers borrow money hoping to repay after harvest, but one pest season can leave them trapped in debt. Onions are delicate. They are attacked by pests and diseases such as downy mildew and pepper blotch. Without constant spraying, a whole crop can be wiped out in weeks. And even when farmers spray, sometimes pests develop resistance, leaving fields devastated. This means farmers pour money into chemicals but still lose big portions of their harvest. Even if you survive pests and diseases, the challenge doesn't end there. Onions require proper curing and storage. Without modern storage facility, farmers lose 30 to 50% of their harvest to rotting. In rural Zimbabwe, many farmers simply leave onions in open sheds or houses. By the time they take them to the market, a huge portion is spoiled. Imagine working for months only to watch your onions rot before your eyes. Perhaps the darkest side of onion farming is the market. Zimbabwe has no strong marketing system for onions. Farmers all rush to places like Mbare. At the same time, the result, oversupply. Prices crash from $1 per kg to as low as 10 cents per kg. Middlemen take advantage, buying for cheap and reselling at huge profits. Farmers end up sleeping in trucks, begging for buyers, and sometimes even dumping onions because transport back home is too expensive. For many, the market is a nightmare. Another hidden enemy is imports. At times, Zimbabwe floods with cheap onions from South Africa. Local farmers who spend months investing in their fields suddenly find themselves competing with onions that are cheaper and better packaged. This pushes prices down further and leaves many farmers counting losses. All these challenges lead to one painful result: debt and despair. Farmers who took loans to grow onions sometimes lose their cattle, houses, or land trying to pay back creditors. The crop that was supposed to bring wealth ends up bringing poverty, and many give up farming altogether. But all hope is not lost. Farmers who survive the dark side of onion farming follow some key lessons. 1. Plan for the market first. Don't just grow onions because others are doing it. Secure buyers in advance. 2. Diversify. Don't put all your money in onions alone. Mix with other crops. 3. Invest in storage. Simple ventilated structures can extend onion shelf life. 4. Work in groups. Cooperatives helps farmers bargain better prices and transport costs. 5. Time your planting. Avoid flooding the market by producing when supply is low. Onion farming in Zimbabwe is not as simple as it looks. Behind the shiny profits are hidden dangers that crush many dreams. But with knowledge, preparation, and smart planning, farmers can survive the dark side and turn onions into real profit. What do you think? Have you or someone you know faced these struggles in onion farming? Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening farming documentaries in Zimbabwe. Welcome to our exploration of onion farming. Today, we'll dive deep into the costs associated with producing onions on 1 hectare of land. Onions are a staple in many diets around the world and can be lucrative crops for farmers. However, understanding the costs involved is crucial for successful farming. So let's break it down step by step. The first step in onion production is land preparation. This involves tilling, plowing, and leveling the land to create a suitable seedbed. Land preparation is vital because it helps improve soil aeration and drainage, which are essential for healthy onion growth. Depending on the equipment used and the current state of the land, this costs around $300 per hectare. Next, we have seeds. The choice of onion variety can significantly impact your yield and market price. Quality onion seeds are critical. The cost can range from $1,250 to $1,500 per hectare, depending on the variety and your source. Hybrid seeds may be more expensive but can yield better results. Now let's move on to fertilizers. Fertilizers play a pivotal role in onion production. Proper nutrition is essential for robust growth. Farmers typically use a combination of NPK fertilizers, organic options, and micronutrients depending on soil tests. You will need 12 by 50 kg bags of compound C, which will cost you about $528. You also need 2 by 50 bags of ammonium nitrate, which will cost you $84. The other things you need are calcium nitrate 50 kg by 2, which will cost you $100, Winstat 2 kg by 3, which will cost you $30, Windgrow 2 kg by 3, which will cost you $24, MOP 50 kg by 2, which will cost you $120. Now let's move on to irrigation. Water management is another critical aspect. Onions require consistent moisture, especially during bulb formation. Setting up an effective irrigation system can be a significant investment. Depending on the method, drip, sprinkler, or surface irrigation, the cost ranges from $400 to $800 per hectare. Maintenance of these systems is also an ongoing expense. Now let's move on to labor. Labor costs encompasses planting, weeding, pest control, and harvesting. Labor is often one of the biggest expenses in farming. For a hectare of onions, you might spend between $400 to $800 on labor, depending on local wage rates and the intensity of labor required. Now let's move to pesticides and herbicides. Managing pests and weeds is essential to ensure healthy crops. Pesticides and herbicides are necessary for protecting the crop. The cost for these chemicals is $300 per hectare. Integrated pest management practices can help reduce these costs over time. Lastly, we have miscellaneous costs, which includes equipment, maintenance, fuel, and other supplies. Don't forget to budget unforeseen expenses. These can range from $100 to $300 per hectare, depending on a specific situation and farming practices. Now let's summarize the total estimated cost of producing onions on 1 hectare. Low-end estimate is $3,400. High-end estimate is $4,500. Understanding these costs is crucial for making informed decisions. It's essential to conduct a local market analysis to tailor your budget to specific conditions and practices. Now let's discuss production. For 1 hectare, using 4 kg of seed, you could yield around 7,000 plants. Good management can push yields to 1 million plants. The average price is $1 for 15 wholesale price, but it can fluctuate based on market conditions. If you produce an average of 700,000 plants and sell at $1 for 14, your gross income would be $50,000. After deducting input costs, your net income would be around $45,000 for 1 hectare. Thank you for joining us in this detailed look at onion farming costs. By understanding these factors, farmers can better plan and optimize their onion production.